like to welcome everybody to the Coaches in the Mouth pod. This is Coach Jeff Williams, along with Coach Daryl Fimple, and the Mouth Brent Bender, and Varsity Vibes co-host Alyssa Orange. This podcast is powered by Lindsay and Associates. Varsity Vibes is powered by Lewis Automotive. Let's get into this two-way. Last year, Cross County comes out and wins the state championship. EPC's been there 3 straight years in a row. Coach Powell leaves, but let's start up here at the 1-2A with old Mount Ida. Mount Ida's ranked number 2. Looks like they're loaded to bear with Coach White again. They're picked to win the conference. Magnet Cove's number 4 overall, picked second. Hackett and Hector and Bigelow and Mountainburg, all of them are ranked in the top 20. Mount Ida with that veer looks like they're ready to roll again, Daryl.
Yeah, 11-2, and they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. 4 on offense, 5 on defense. Offensive line, they got all conference player coming back on that side of the ball. All state junior quarterback. They got an all state running back. They're head and shoulders, I think, in this league. And they got a chance to make on the state level for sure. Because, like I said, they don't turn the ball over. They're just going to grind it out, make games really, really short too. I think they're probably their biggest challenge in that league is probably going to be Magnet Cove.
Yeah.
I think Magnet Cove can make some noise there too, coming off a 7-4 year last year. They got 7 on offense and 8 on defense coming back. So that would be the two big dogs in this class or this conference.
Dude, Mouth, your thoughts, Mount Ida with that split back veer. What do you think?
Um, you've always got a chance when the head coach's son's your quarterback,
Yep.
and when you run the veer and you don't turn it over, you've got a chance for major success. And I see Mount Ida doing what they do, not turning it over and winning a bunch of games.
I do. Alyssa, your thoughts, Magnet Cove, can they make a push? There are a lot of good teams. There's 5 top teams ranked in the top 22. Magnet Cove's ranked number 4 overall. Mount Ida has dominated the league. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you look at Mount Ida, and we've talked about this. You talked about a guy in Jackson White coming back at quarterback. But I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me when you look at all those teams, Mount Ida, the most points they gave up in a game that they won outside of losing to East Poinsett County, who went and competed for a state championship, is 21 points. And they have so much returning on defense and experience just overall on defense that I think is going to be a hard team to score on. So on top of the fact that you've got a quarterback who had 21 touchdowns a year ago, you also are going to be a really hard team to score points on. So there might be a little bit of a gap closed between, Hackett might be able to kind of Magnet Cove might be able to kind of rally a little bit, but I just don't think anyone is going to outscore Mount Ida.
Yeah. I agree with it. And they know how to win, and you hit defensively. They're always good on defense, limit the possessions, and unbelievable. All right, moving on to 2-2A, which this is the one it's crazy. You got Cross County here, who is defending state champions. Coaches poll picked to win it, and not even ranked in the top 20. Obviously, Van Pascal leaves, got a new coach, Desart, Coach Nick Smith. I feel like they can make a run. I like Desart. Daryl the Tree, number 13 overall, got a lot of guys back on offense. Earl, EPC, who's been in the state finals the last 3 years. McCrory, also. Daryl, what's Dr. Nathan saying over there at Cross County about this ranking here?
Well, he's just he just plugs in Coach Mims. He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't screw it up." I mean, there's no pressure here. I mean, Cross County, they've done everything that you can to sustain it, and like Coach Pascal got it going, but now can you take it to the next level? Can you sustain what you've actually accomplished here? So Cross Counties, I still think they're head and shoulders above everybody else, but Mark Tree's 3.
I
That's
know.
the one I don't figure. The tree, man. You just
Tree, yeah, tree.
don't ever doubt the tree. All right, the tree's always ready to compete. I think the tree skill players back, BJ Powell. They're going to be able to score a ton of points too on that side of the ball. So I think it's going to be. I would not be surprised if Tree wins the conference. I know Cross County's picked by everybody, but I think Mark Tree's going to be the ones that makes the noise out of this league.
Alyssa, your thoughts? I like
Yeah.
Desark a little bit in this one.
Yeah, I like East Poinsett County though. I think they
No.
can go on a little bit of a run. I think the biggest thing that concerns me with Cross County is how much, I mean, you have a guy like David Beal on your
Yeah.
team who is obviously the number one player in the state and then is now obviously playing for the Razorbacks. That really, when you have a guy like that in this kind of classification, he just takes over a game. I mean, he's a mountain in a valley, honestly, out there on the football field. And so, how do they really replace that? What does that look like from a talent standpoint? I think East Poinsett County can get back there to War Memorial Stadium and this time go back home with a state championship. But you're right, Desart could easily do the same thing. I'm not as high on Cross County as I think everybody else
Yeah.
is, even though they're the defending state champions.
Yeah, they've lost a lot. Mouth, your take on this over in God's country. I mean, Cross County, Desart, Mark Tree. Daryl loves Mark Tree. I like Desart, and Alyssa likes EPC, so you can tell where this conference is going. What's your thoughts?
I'm not. I'm with Alyssa. I'm not near as high on Cross County as a lot of people are, just because they lost so much,
Yeah.
and you lose your head. I mean, taking nothing away from the new head coach, Van Pascal's worth victories.
He's got a lot of them. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And, uh, I'm gonna go out on a limb I'm gonna go out on a limb and go Mark Tree myself with Daryl.
Like Mark Tree. Well, let's do this. I like Desart, and we're going to talk to their coach. Let's bring on Coach Nick Smith from Desart.
So, we had 16 seniors last year. So we got a lot of guys that need to step up and play some big time roles for us. But like you said, we got some really good key returning skill guys back. We just got to fill some spots up front. You talked about the tradition that Desark always has. We always, bring physicality, bring some pretty good, tough linemen. And so we've had some kids waiting in the wings behind everybody. It's taking their lumps in practice for the last 2 years, and they're ready, chomping at the bit to go. So we're really excited about our team. We're going to be sitting at about 26, 27 kids. But that's just enough. That's exactly what we need, right?
Well, Coach feels real good about his program. Obviously, that league, we're sitting there all picking somebody different in the league, so it's going to be interesting. Headed to the 3-2A, Junction City, right here. Junction City's has been their preseason number one, ranked one in their conference. Obviously, Hooten's got them ranked number one overall. Coach Ball, they got 7 guys back on offense, 6 back on defense. Mineral Springs is in that bunch. Jared Jackson on his second year. Gurdon and Kyle Jackson, they're ranked 12th overall. Murfreesboro number 11. Dirks with the brand new stadium and all that part of it. Let's start here with Alyssa. Let's go with you a
Yeah.
little bit on this one.
Hey, this
Junction
is
City looks like could be head and shoulders. Can they sustain some? And can the Dragons make a long run in the playoffs?
Hey, you know what? I think that despite what we just talked about, where everyone had a different answer, everyone's going
Yeah.
to have the same answer this time around with Junction City. I mean, they've got to do something really, 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 really wrong
Yeah.
to lose this conference. They're just that talented and continue to just reload over there. But look, again, you said it. Dirks has that brand new,
Brand new
beautiful,
stadium.
brought to you by T-Mobile Stadium over there, and it is going to be beautiful. And I don't know, maybe they can go down there and have a little bit of magic now that they've got this brand new playing field, which if you haven't seen the photos of and the progress they're making over there, it's nice. It's nice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they sent out a message today that we need to keep the 4-wheelers off the new turf,
Yeah, no.
which I thought was awesome. Hey, we love the turf and the new track. Hey, let's keep the 4-wheelers off of it.
So
All right,
gotta
we can't.
cut
Yeah,
guys who
no more
cannot drive.
outlaws. Outlaws, guys.
Outlaws.
Yeah,
Can't
outlaws.
be riding can't be
Can't be taking it on the new
four-wheelers
turf,
on
guys.
turf.
Yeah.
Mouth, real quick on Junction City. I mean, you followed them for years. They look like they're head and shoulders.
The Dragons are going to be breathing fire again this year.
Yeah.
Let's get over it and they're winning the conference and
Moving on. Let's hand it to them.
The Dragons are here. They're back. The city.
Man. Well, let's do this.
We jumped on that wagon a lot.
We have.
We died on that hill a
wagon.
couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But we'll give them another shot. All right, here we go. 4-2A, last 2A conference here. Carlisle's pick number 1. to win the conference by the coaches, Poe and Baptist Prep, who I'm going to hit on a little bit, Bearden, Hazen with Clay Toddy coming in as new coach, Hampton with a new coach also, Carlisle, B.J. Harrison taking over, got 9 guys on offense, 8 back on defense. Poe and Coach Barrett's loaded up. And Baptist Prep had 2 move-ins, Titus Benson and Boaz Benson. Boaz is a defensive end, tight end guy's been offered by a lot of guys. Titus actually started at Siloam Springs last year as a 9th grader, very athletic prospect guy. So that jumbles that conference up a little bit. Alyssa, let's start with you again over here. Uh, 3 or 4 teams in this league. Carlisle's kind of been the dominant force over the last couple of years. Baptist Prep with some new guys in. Poland made a great run last year. Carlisle sitting with a new coach.
Yeah, but Carlisle also has Baylor Hawk back, who had
Yes.
over 1,800 passing yards and 24 touchdowns a season ago, and he's got 3 of his 5 offensive linemen back. So here's the deal: if B.J. Harrison messes that up, that's his own fault. He was basically gifted on a silver platter in offense, and he runs with it. And I like Carlisle a lot, but hey, those move-ins too are very, very interesting over there for Baptist Prep. Like you said, I mean, how do they kind of get into the mix and integrate themselves into that brand new team will be interesting. But yeah, no, I think this is definitely the Bison and the Bison all the way.
Mouth, your thoughts at Carlisle, Poland, Baptist Prep, Beard and Hazen. A lot of tradition there.
A lot of tradition. I must say, very proud of Coach Riley Perkins at Baptist Prep. His grandparents and grandparents, or Forest City people.
There you go.
Very proud of how. I mean, Baptist. They've started winning a little bit. They've started winning, and you get a few move-ins in, and you're ready to rock and roll. But you got to. It's Carlisle Bison.
Daryl, your thoughts on this one?
It's Bison's Nick's barbecue.
Yeah,
That's what I got for you. It's what I got right there.
Yeah,
We're gonna have no. You look at quarterback play, and just I mean, they were 10-2 last year. Got 9 guys back on offense, 8 on defense. I mean, they're returning a buttload of kids back that's played, in huge games. I think they've got 2, 4, 6, 7 all conference players back at Carlisle. So I think Carlisle's kind of head and shoulders above everybody in this conference. You kind of look at Poen, but Poen, with Barrett losing, him moving into administration role and his son graduating, which was probably bigger.
I'm gonna go on going
to UAM. That's kind of a huge deal for them. So I think Baptist Prep, if the new kids can make an adjustment to that. But once again, Carlisle with the winning tradition, I would say Carlisle's head and shoulders above everybody in this league.
I think so too, but those 2 guys coming in can make a big difference. But I like Carlisle. All right, let's recap real quick. We'll start with you, Alyssa. Let's go 2A. Your thoughts? You got Junction City out there. Look at that 2A, which we got mixed emotions on all that. Mount Ida out there has been dominant, won it.
Yeah.
Carlisle, is it Carlisle's year? Junction City's year? Whose year is it?
Yeah, well, whoever's year it is, they're going to be hobbling into War Memorial Stadium because they've just beaten each other up all season long, and I like East Poinsett County too. So I don't know, man, if I have to pick between the Mount Ida, Carlisle, Junction City, and East Poinsett County, I think East Poinsett County goes back to War Memorial. I think they beat Junction City.
Like those 2. Mouth, your thoughts?
Can I say, whoever goes to Little Rock, the 2 teams are going to be the healthiest at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get I'll go with Carlisle and the Fire-Breathing Dragons one more time.
They like Carlisle and the Dragons. Daryl, your thoughts on this 2A? And we always find a surprise out of this thing every year in 2A.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody gets hurt or something happens. This is Ironman football, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not coming off. Our quarterback is our leading tackler at middle linebacker.
That's
in our league here, okay?
Exactly.
I think it's Junction. I know I say that just about every other year, it seems like. But I'm a no-brainer here. I think Junction's just got too much coming back. I think they're really, really good. Everybody else, Mount Ida has a chance, but I just think that there's too many weapons on the offensive side for Junction, and then defensively they're really good up the middle. So I think it's Junction City, and if I was guessing who's going to play them, I would go with I think Carlisle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sleep on Carlisle being able to play them. You know, they've had some battles in the past too.
Well, they played didn't
Yes,
last
yeah,
year. They played in the
yeah,
non-conference the
yep,
last 2 years.
yeah. That's when Carlisle dropped some bombs on them. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, sure
but
did.
yeah, I think Junction's by far the best.
I do, and I think Coach Ball's ready to make that run. And they've been on the tip of it and just had some, things go wrong here or there. But I'm with you. It's going to be, guys. I can't wait. It's going to be an outstanding season. I mean, there's just so unknowns in all the classifications, and it's fun sitting here and looking at all these different things and just combinations. Just talked about different assistant coaches on new offensive coordinators out there. A lot of different things and different looks. Or you're talking about a Greenwood, a tradition rich program. They got a new head coach. They got a new play caller. Buck James bringing Dave Wheeler in. There's all kinds of different scenarios going on out there, and players. Let's throw it out there. Transferring here or there, you don't ever know what's going to happen. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on with us, and for Coach Jeff Williams, Coach Daryl Fimple, the Mouth Brent Bender, and the Liz Orange. We'll see you next time.